Here's what we hear from a lot of guys that are stuck. Women are only interested in, like, some, meal ticket, or some successful person, or some kind of symbol of power and success and status and this, that, and the other. We hear that a lot. Okay? Let me kind of unravel that for you guys, if you think that. Women there are a few that are looking for that. You don't want them. You don't. You don't want them. Because that's based on a lot of narcissism and a lot of really gross stuff. But let me tell you about another group of women who think they're looking for that a lot of times, and the ones who aren't looking for that. But there's another group of women who kind of are attracted to, like successful guys, or, the symbols of et cetera, whether they're really smart or they're really this or that. And what happens is they are symbolizing power. And those are symbolic expressions of power. And what happens to a lot of those women is they get into a relationship with a guy that does not have symbolic power, but real power. And those things go away. They don't care if he has the big job or the big title or this, that, and there. It's kind of important that he's employed. But what happens is when you get into a real sense of power, relational power, then the symbols begin to disappear. Let me give you some examples of what we hear from women, of what real relational power is like. And women, you tell me if this is right or wrong. They want to be wanted and desired without fear. Right? They want somebody who is not conflicted about, somebody said, adoring them and pursuing them. They don't want tentativeness about your desire. They want to be desired without hesitancy. They want to be pursued without a sense of kind of waiting or questioning. They want to be able to respond. They want to be taken care of with forethought. They want to be taken care of with forethought. Now, I don't mean some weird kind of me, Tarzan, you, Jane thing. But what we hear from women about the guys that are attractive are the ones that not only do they kind of do things for them and take care of them in some ways, but they think about it ahead of time. Is this right? They want you to actually plan things. They don't want you to call 5 minutes before and say, so, today's Friday, isn't it? Yeah, date night. So what are you doing? That's not what they want. They want to know that you are thinking about them, and this is another part of kind of the leading, initiating sort of thing, that there's something about most women that there's a sense of power that they respond to if you have put some forethought into what you are going to provide for them in some sort of an experience or other things. And then they want to feel in some way led so they can respond. And it's really interesting. You see some women who are like the real power mongers, and they're just sharks until some guy comes along who's strong enough to not be threatened by that, and they can finally feel their soft parts. Now, it's better when it's more balanced, but the point is that ultimately no human being wants to be in control of another human being. This goes for women and men. And if she doesn't feel, or if she feels like she can control you, then the passion's going to go away, the attraction's going to go away, the interest is going to go away, and it's going to be a problem. And I can see women nodding. And they will lie about this. Women will act like they want to have their way all the time, and they want to, and I've just heard 8 million of them say, but and I really do like it that he doesn't let me get away with it. And they say that over and over. So they want to be led, but they don't want to be dominated. Okay? So that's what I mean by what we call real relational power. It's not domination, it's not control, but you're showing up with some sort of a way that they feel cared about. And then you won't need the Ferrari. Okay? Because what we see is the symbols of power go away. And basically, what they're looking for is they're looking for somebody who's healthy, and that health is available to be seen. Somebody that's able to connect, somebody that has good boundaries and is able to say no, and doesn't violate their boundaries and respects their freedom and trusts them. Somebody who is comfortable with themselves and doesn't have to be, perfect or ideal and doesn't put perfectionistic standards on them. And somebody who has grown up and become an adult and treats them as an equal and doesn't have to treat them as a parent, like a mommy, or doesn't try to turn them into a child. And what we find is that when men have relational power, the power to connect, the power to be present, the power to be unconflicted about their desires and pursue them, that a lot of things begin to happen. And it's really amazing. I've seen so many relationships, even in marriages that go bad, and everything's about to split apart and this, that, and the other. And when you begin to get to these dynamics, especially of the men that have sort of, had the things we're talking about, and you begin to unravel this, and men begin to show up with that kind of relational power, I've seen so many women fall in love again. And they'll say, really kind of for the first time, because he's showing up as a full person. So guys, the best thing that you can do for your dating life really is to get healthy.